Hey y'all, how's everybody doing out there? This is your host of The Bases Are Loaded, L.A. I'm your humble host coming at you live in the ATL. I told you, Mike Lowry, boy, we got some sports and stuff to talk about. When I tell you all kinds of stuff and headlines, I'm going to go over them briefly as, of course, the show progresses. But right now, I want to take a time and a somber moment to dedicate this show to an icon, of course, and someone that, of course, the world, of course, is proud of. That, of course, is the Dr. Martin Luther King family. I'm going to dedicate the show to them. There was a guy in the audience, and it went viral. Dude looked exactly, I got a picture. He looked exactly like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., okay? I mean, to the point to where Bernice King actually commented about, I ain't gonna lie, that man does resemble daddy. That's how she said it. Dude, less than 12 hours later, her brother is dead. That looked just like him. Her brother died that next morning. How crazy was that? Right now they lost theirs, of course, their son, their beloved son, Dexter King. He passed, of course, this past weekend of course, prostate cancer. We need the men. We definitely want to be aware of this. That's another way to actually look at the things that are in our society that is, of course, plaguing us men. I know it's hard to go to the doctor. I know I've been one of them, but I can assure you, go get yourself checked out, okay? Now back to the show. When we do things, I told you, we do things unapologetically, undeniable, and of course, unrelenting, and not necessarily in that order. So what I'm gonna do right now, we're gonna talk about some headlines, baby. Woo, I gotta talk about this. I really do. I gotta go to my Yankees for a minute. Our Yankees. What in the world is going on in the world of sports, the wide world of sports today? Gary Sheffield, what? 509 home runs. 1,660 some odd RBIs. Not to mention an on-base percentage of probably 3.51. He had a lifetime batting average, .294. How is it that he gets snubbed to go to Cooperstown? For those of you who don't know Cooperstown, that is the Hall of Fame. Yes, Gary Sheffield, Mr. Quick Bat himself, with his little snuff joint. That boy could hit that ball out the park anytime he needed to. How in the world does he get snubbed? Guess what? I need for you folks to comment and tell me what you think. I've got a feeling it had something to do with that one little etch in his history where he did admit from Balco that he had got some cream. We won't name the person who did it, but we know he did get some cream, and he said he admitted that he did use that cream one time. Was that what kept him from getting the 75% of the voting that he needed to get to Cooperstown? He only got 55%, and this is pretty much, it was up to his last time. So he's gonna have to be left up to the L.A.s community to actually see if he's gonna be allowed to be in Cooperstown, folks. Let's see, give me a tally. You guys weigh in and let me know what you think about that. Hello, and thank you for watching Bases Are Loaded. This show is brought to you by Hot and Saucy, flavor over heat. The Bucks, Milwaukee Bucks. What's going on, Mike Lowry? I don't understand for the life of me. What's going on with the head coaches? I have never seen a basketball team that will go out there and winning 10 to 20% above 500. They right now are 30 and 13. Number 2 in the East. What did they do this morning or yesterday morning? They fired their head coach because I guess whatever the rumor mill is, Giannis didn't feel like he was going to get them to the promised land, which of course is the NBA championship. So guess what they did? They fired him. And guess who they're bringing in? Can you believe it? Mike Lowry, you ain't gonna believe this one. They're bringing in 2-time fired with great teams. I love him though. I love Doc Rivers, but Doc Rivers is now already finalizing, as we speak, a deal with the Bucks right now to become the Milwaukee Bucks head coach, okay? Hey, are you liking the Bases Are Loaded? do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button and tell some more people about me. It keeps me coming and keeps you happy and keeps me smiling. Thank you. Coco Golf, okay? Coco, Corey Golf is doing the thing, okay? She is on a 12-game win streak, 12-match win streak, not 12 games. This isn't telling how many games she's actually won. She has not dropped a full, complete, of course, game in the last 12 tries. She's on her way to her first semifinal in the Australian Open, folks. You can catch that game at 3:30 a.m. for those late night folks like I am. I'm probably going to watch that game. Gonna be pulling for Coco, folks, okay? Let's get ready for some football. I told you, Mike Lowry. I told you, buddy. The playoffs. Woo! Boy, the playoffs were playoffs. They were playoffs. The divisional championships were this weekend because, of course, between the AFC and the North, and of course, the NFC championship teams, of course. So we start off with that Saturday. First one was down. It was down to the Elite Eight. First team, of course, the Texans versus those Baltimore Ravens. And like I told you, my pick was there. I did pick those Ravens. I was right on that one, Mike Lowry. Give me some kudos, okay? I picked those Ravens. That ending score was 34-10. Costing my little buddy. I love that kid. C.J. Stroud, folks, I promise you, his mother brought me to tears. A lot of other pundits out there. His mom said something I have never heard before, and I think it was, it brought me back to thinking about my own mom and how my mom looked at me. I don't think my mom said this. I know my mom loved me to the helm. But boy, listen to what C.J. Stroud's mom said to him before about the game, about her son. C.J. Stroud's mom said he was the most impressive person she had ever met in her life. Now, folks, now you talk about a compliment. And your mom compliments you, but the most impressive person, well, guess what? That young man is impressive. And of course, I'm going to talk about another subject that I want to touch on a little later on in the show about, of course, people and their religion in sports. I want to talk about it because I believe, I don't know if you believe, but I don't mind that you don't believe, and it's okay that you believe. But right now, those Ravens topped C.J. Stroud. And of course, C.J. Stroud, Lamar Jackson was too much to handle. 16 out of 22 for his passes, 152 yards, 2 touchdowns. They are moving on to the divisional championship game, which will be this weekend. Okay, now we'll touch about, of course, I'll give you my picks about that later on in the show. The next one, of course, that next game was, of course, between the Green Bay Packers and those San Francisco 49ers. Wow, talk about a good game, okay? Came down to some kicking, and I felt like it would, Mike Lowry. I told you it was going to be a close game, and it was. They were etched by, of course, those San Francisco 49ers, 24-21. It came down to a little field goal. Woo! Those wide rights. Boy, those things have haunted us. I know if FSU, we can talk about that another day. Okay. Winning quarterback, of course, was Brock Purdy. He is doing well. Mr. Irrelevant? I don't think he's irrelevant anymore. Brock Purdy is on a tear. 23 for 39 of his passes, 252 yards, and 1 touchdown on the day. Got that win. They're headed on to the divisional championship this weekend, like I said. And of course, Sunday's lineup between those Bucks, Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions are riding. Okay, I'm not gonna even call them Cinderella team anymore. They are really proving. They're not Cinderella. They're not. As a matter of fact, they're already up there with the Queen. They are doing the thing. Okay, the Lions are real. They are for real, folks. They are hosting. They were hosting for the first time in 30 some odd years, even being in the playoffs, let alone they have home field advantage. And you know what? They're taking advantage of it, because guess what they did? 31-23, winning quarterback was Jared Goff. They said they needed to go to Jared. They went to Jared. He's going to promise them a ring. I know he's trying to. And guess what? He was 30 for 43 out of his passes, okay? 287 yards on the day. 2 touchdowns. They're on to the divisional championship. It's going to be exciting between those guys this weekend, and we'll talk about it a little later on in the show, who's going to be playing. And, of course, to top it all off, boy, Lowry, I told you, I don't bet against Pat Mahomes. I don't. Mahomes is my homie, okay? The Chiefs versus those Buffalo Bills. It was supposed to be the most exciting game of the day, and guess what? It proved it, of course, through the television viewership because it was the largest watched game. It was the most viewed, of course, divisional championship game in history. It was over 55 million people tuned in to view that game. I know me and Lowry, hey, we were there. We were watching that game. We were actually pulling. We were seeing what was going on. Boy, talk about drama. Hey, guess what? Everybody's calling about Josh Allen, but Josh Allen played lights out. He just can't get over that hump of beating Mahomes. Mahomes was winning quarterback. Of course, they took that win to the Bills, 27-24. Hey, are you liking The Bases Are Loaded? I do. Guess what? Like, share, and subscribe. I'll keep coming on your phone. I promise you I will. I won't let you down. You know what time it is? It's L.A.'s picks, baby. It's time. Then there were two. Actually, four leading up to two. The final four leading up to that infamous two. That's going to be for the Super Bowl, baby. Woo, this was hard because I'm going to tell you something. Wow. Both the AFC and the NFC are formidable this time. First time in a long time where there's just no clear-cut winner. Everybody's got their heart in the game. Everybody's got their skin in the game. Everybody's saying who should win this. I've seen polls out there. I've seen all types of variations of should Pat Mahomes win or should the Lions be afforded that illustrious trophy chance to win that Lombardi trophy for the first time in history. The Lions, okay? Or, hey, Lamar Jackson, worthy. Probably the odds are pretty much in his favor. He's gonna be the MVP. I'm pretty sure that he is. Okay, along with the 49ers going for their probably 7th or 8th championship in their team's history with I won't say he's a rookie quarterback because he started in the end of the season, but so it's still exciting though. So with that, let's see if we can make my picks. Remember what I told you? Don't put me on your stick. You better pick for your own self and stick with your pick, okay? So what I've got, Fantastic Four, starting at 3 o'clock on Sunday. That's right, folks. All the games are on Sunday. No games are on Saturday, so you probably got to find yourself some college football. College basketball to kind of supposition that time until ready for some football action on Sunday, okay? All right, for the first game at 3 o'clock, it's going to be those Kansas City Chiefs versus those Baltimore Ravens. Like I said, there's going to be two of the most exciting quarterbacks going up against each other. And I'm pretty sure it's going to come down. What I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be a little lopsided. I'm saying that the Kansas City Chiefs, I'm saying it, Mike Lowry, the Kansas City Chiefs. I told you, I don't bet against that Patrick Mahomes. I'm actually thinking that with the defense and how they've been playing as of late, Kansas City is on another level, okay? Their interior defense, along with the serious play of Mr. Jones coming around that defensive end and coming around those tackles and coming and breaking those tackles and getting to those quarterbacks and putting that pressure on them, that edge rusher that he is, guess what? I'm picking those Kansas City Chiefs. Hey, they got our chant. I told you that. I'm picking them to win this by at least 12 points. That's right, I said it. Lowry, you heard me. That's right, 12 points, Mike Lowry, 12 points. L.A. said it. Watch what I say, be what I say, see what I say. All right, folks, and topping it off, and that nice ending is gonna be those Detroit Lions against those San Francisco 49ers. Okay, like I said, it's a toss-up between these two quarterbacks. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good showing, but I think this is going to be a better defensive game. So it's going to be a low-scoring game, and I've already picked. I'm going to stay with the 49ers because I think they've got some weapons that are pretty much going to prove a little bit too much to handle for the Cinderella team, of course, the Detroit Lions. And I'm going to actually only pick them, though. Hey, it's going to be close. I'm giving a 3-point margin on that game. So let's see what's going to happen. I'm going to be there. I know you'll be there. Because guess what? When we're there together, when I know, you'll know better. See you later. Bases are loaded.